afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? And I'm noticing this dang thing is timing me again. Oh, hopefully that won't screw up my shop at the shed video for this evening. Anyway, let's not waste any time then. So today's bag is a bag I had to kind of think about for a little bit because it does have a little bit more surface wear than I would normally offer you. Now, again, I am getting to kind of the bags that I have been kind of seeing but not listing because they may not be up to my regular standards. That does not mean that the bags are not worth having. It just means that I've liked other ones better. But because I am not thrifting for Lent, which we're halfway through, I'm now using up bags that have been sitting for a long time, and that is a good thing. I went to the storage unit yesterday and grabbed 2 of my lawn bags. That's what I store my bags in, and it was wonderful. Now, a lot of Coach, which, the leather stuff and the vintage little Puchette stuff is hot right now. But the monogram stuff, maybe not quite so much. But everything priced accordingly is going to find a home. Absolutely. So back to today's little beauty. Now, when I say that a bag has a little bit more wear than I would normally offer, for me, my standards are ridiculously high. I can't count the amount of review comments I've had on Etsy where customers have said the bag, I was expecting the bag to be in said shape and can't even see the damage. So there is no damage. It's just that there are some little marks on the bag. And in previous years, I would get all freaked out about that. Little bit of darkening here where the touch points are. No cracking or anything in the stress points because everything is leather. A lot of times this inside flap, they won't use leather. And over time, this, constantly being folded and opened, it will crack, especially if it is in different climates. So anything that's really cold, it's going to get brittle and it is going to crack. That's just the way the world works. But in my mind, it's inside. Who cares? So this brand, Roberts, I can't find anything for it. But the fun thing about this is made in Turkey, which you don't see every day. It's a beautiful aesthetic little kind of side saddle bag. I really like it, which is why I picked it up. There is a back pocket, and where's that phone? Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Just to see if it'll fit. It'll fit just. You have to kind of finagle it. It goes in. There you go. No problem at all. I think it's just a case. You know when you got a funny key in the door and you know exactly which side to lean it on or what? Like the key to this shed. Oh, it's inside. The key to this shed is like wonky, but I know exactly how to wiggle it. So, little things like this is just going to be what happens. It's your bag. You're going to get to know it. And there you go. Nice little logo. Like I said, don't know anything about the brand. The strap is really nice. It's extra long. It's a 24-inch strap drop. So crossbody, shoulder, it's going to work beautifully well. This little bag is big enough that you're going to fit everything in it, but small enough that it is not going to really get in the way of anything. So, it could technically be a generous size, like festival bag, concert bag, that kind of thing. Because let's face it, you want to get some stuff in there. You want your phone in there. You want your wallet in there. There's an interior zipper pocket. That's about it because, I'm hearing all the motorcycles. It is 20 degrees today. Leather Bag Lady weather report. It is absolutely beautiful. I've sat outside for a little while already. The sun has gone behind one of the trees. So I said to Pies, he came home early because he's got physio today. And I said to him, I said, we need to sit outside because we need a little bit of a base before we go on our trip, which doesn't bother me at all. Pies burns. So we have to be, I mean, I'll go kind of red like this and then I'll go brown. And then I go as brown as I could be in the sun every day for the next 50 years and I won't get any darker, which is fine. I don't want to look silly, but I love it. It is my thinking time. I solve all the problems of the world. And it's just a bit of relaxation time for me, which haven't been sleeping very well lately. I don't know what the heck's going on there. So that is today's fantastic bag. So we are episode 18 of Shop at the Shed tonight. So I'm just looking to see what loveliness I am going to include in tonight's show. Because then what I do is I pull it, I make sure it is in its best shape. And if not, then I may need to recondition, whatever, and find out a little bit of history if I don't already know. And then I film it, which is kind of, it's just the process. And it is fabulous and I love it. And I really am enjoying the fact that I've got some new bags to get excited about listing because spring is on its way. We are having some crazy weather here in Southern Ontario. In Canada, it is, it's quite scary, actually, when you think about it. But I can't get scared about getting a bit of a suntan on the deck on, 14th of March today? 13th, 14th? What day is it? I don't know. So there we go. That is it. Pius is off to physio. I don't think we're doing anything for the rest of the day. We are just, just kind of getting some chores done. I have a honey-do list that I thought we might get to on the weekend, but I think we are going to go to the trailer on Sunday and pay our lot fees. I was just talking to Pius about that prior to doing this because they've said that they've got a whole new system apparently, but it's not up and running yet. So basically they've said, bring cash, I don't want to bring that much cash. Can you imagine there's over 100? I think there's well over 100 trailers there. Can you imagine if everybody bought $5,000 with them? It'll be like the best place to rob in the world. So I said, nah, we'll just, I'll transfer my funds over to Pius and he'll just pay it. So that's how we're going to do it. So excited. So excited. And this weather doesn't freaking help either because it is just trailer weather. When I think about it, I've been looking at the temperatures overnight because I haven't been sleeping well. And I wondered if we were too hot. And this morning, Pius got up. He got up 5:15. And I kind of reached my arm over. And I'm like, me having hot flashes. Holy crap. The bed was wet. And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, I don't sleep with a blanket. You do. So through the night, he'll put the blanket over him. He has a sheet on him, but not a blanket. So he gets too hot. So I don't know. I don't know how you don't know what you're doing in your sleep. So as Pius has nightmares, or not nightmares, but dreams. And sometimes I'm not sure what the heck he's dreaming about because he's a moving and a grooving and oh my goodness me. But anyway, that is about it for today. I'm not going to, take an extra amount of time for any reason because I have Shop at the Shed to do. And I am just so enjoying it. And every couple of minutes, I'm looking to see. So most of what was in those bags was, like I said, Coach. And there was a couple of Michael Kors. There were Derek Alexander and some kind of generic brands, which is kind of what I was looking for because, I like introducing you to brands that you might not necessarily know anything about. And I mean, if your brand specific, then you know what, the majority of my bags won't probably interest you. But I know I really enjoy watching my reseller colleagues and just what they're able to find. And I cannot wait until I am able to go down south and find some of the vintage Coach and the vintage, like, I just love it. Now I have a couple of Roots bags that I might include one in the shop at the shed tonight. I've got 2 white Roots bags, which, you know, that time of year is coming. And I was going to use my Roots bags for another purpose, but I'm not going to do that now. So I'm going to slowly introduce them to my shop at the sheds. Thought about maybe just having even a Roots specific event. But you know what? I am not going to be thrifting the way I was, because I just don't need this volume of bags. So, I mean, whenever I find a Roots, I will buy it at any point, because they are just so hard to find when you're thrifting. I mean, they're all over Marketplace, but they're, you know, $80, $90, $100. And I can't buy the bag. Like, I'm watching the American Pickers on Roku right now, Pius and I, and it is, I mean, we buy low to sell at retail. So Marketplace, sometimes you can get deals, but oftentimes, you know, they're at the max that you can afford, like not afford, but they are at the top of their price point. And obviously that doesn't work for me, because I need to make a few bucks on everything. So I need to find things that are really, really, really inexpensive. And that is just getting extremely hard, especially with the Roots stuff. And if you're in the US and you're not familiar with Roots, Google them. They used to have outlets in the US. They had an amazing store in Los Angeles. As I shared with you, Joe Rogan, his fanny pack that he has his Joe Rogan Experience logo on is a Roots bag. I finished watching the show Weeds, and for the first 2 seasons, for sure, the bag she was carrying was a Roots bag, and that was filmed in California. So Roots has gotten around, but did you hear that Bed Bath & Beyond has filed for bankruptcy? What is going on? The Body Shop, which is... Now, I'm from the UK. I lived in the UK in the 90s. I loved the Body Shop. And I read her book, the founder of the Body Shop, and it was an amazing story. Now, she is long gone from the Body Shop, as I'm having a hot flash. What is it with these dang hot flashes? But I can't remember her name. Anita, something. Anyway, if you're looking, I mean, it's yonkers old. I mean, we're talking about 25 years old now, the book. I mean, I read it in the 90s, so, I mean, it could have even been quite an old story back then. But, oh my goodness me, the entrepreneurial spirit of that woman was just amazing. And it's getting harder and harder in some respects. Whereas if you listen to Gary Vee, he will tell you to shut your face, because you are using YouTube, Instagram, Facebook for free. Yeah. Which is true. I mean, he talks about the hundreds of thousands of dollars he used to have to spend on print ads, radio ads. I don't know that he ever did any TV, but also printing catalogs, printing, like books to show his wares. Now we just get a Shopify store, and like mine for leatherbag-lady.com, and there you go. It is a lot easier today. There's just a lot more competition. I mean, insane amounts of competition, albeit that I don't know how many people are doing bag sales. I mean, we've talked about this before, Purse Trippin', Kristen D, Miss Philly, although she doesn't do online purse sales, Costume Jeweler, it's Hadrian, Who else? The purse curator, aka leather bag lady. Some of them are great, some of them not so good. So, in my opinion, and I'm sure there's people who think I'm not so good. So, it all works out in the wash. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the night. If you're going to join me for Shop at the Shed, I can't wait to see you. And if not, then I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.